What's up, guys? Welcome back to Weekly Weird News. And before we get started, we want you to head to etcmerch.com because it's almost launched. But if you go there now and enter your email address, you're going to get a discount for if you decide to buy a shirt one day. And they're going to be cool. We have a lot of designs. But let's get into the news.
Yeah, guys, it's the most wonderful time of a very terrible year.
Yeah.
That's right, kids. Days are getting shorter, nights are getting longer, weather's getting colder. The smells of roasting chestnuts fill the air. And like every year around this time, Christian children eagerly await the arrival of good St. Nicholas and pray that they've been good little boys and girls because, as we all know, if they haven't been good, a terrifying cloven-footed goat demon will come to beat them with sticks, shove their tiny bodies into a basket, and drown them in a river, transporting their souls to hell.
It's a fun season. Yeah. We're talking, of course, about Krampus. But you'd be forgiven for not knowing about Krampus because Fox News and Josh Fierstein here are right. America has forgotten the true meaning of Christmas, which is about tricking your children into behaving well through bribery and the constant looming fear of being brutally murdered by a supernatural demon beast. Duh. Luckily, the good people of Austria and Bavaria have kept the Krampus tradition alive for centuries, and now, thanks to the internet, Krampus is getting the global recognition that he deserves.
Good.
Yeah.
When Krampus is happy, everyone's happy.
It's true.
Last year, Krampus had his American Horror movie.
I loved the movie.
Yeah.
I already got it ready to go for this season too.
And before that, the character appeared or was mentioned on shows like The League and American Dad. But we've still got a long way to go if we want to catch up with the Austro-Bavarian culture where Krampus originates. Over there, December 6th is the Christian feast day of St. Nicholas, and the night before it is Krampusnacht, or Krampus night, when traditionally people dressed as St. Nicholas, a few angels, and several Krampuses would go door to door to test children on their Christian knowledge and whether they'd been good or not, and to also scare the shit out of them.
Yeah.
It's basically trick-or-treating, except way better.
America does it all lame with that stupid elf on the shelf.
It's all about the kids having fun.
We need to do the Krampus on the shelf instead of elf on the shelf. Because who cares if you're getting monitored by a little elf? You're not gonna do shit. Put a little demon beast up there. You got yourself some motivation.
Krampus is watching.
So the old tradition has recently evolved into full-on events centered around Krampus called Krampus runs or Krampuslaufs, where tons of people run around the town square wearing super detailed Krampus costumes in an annual parade that feels like a pagan ritual. Because it totally is. Krampus actually predates Christianity and is part of the same ancient Alpine culture that was on display at the opening of that Alpine tunnel this past June. Remember that?
Yeah, that was fun.
It was weird. Jesus got all these people on board with his whole Christianity thing, but even Jesus couldn't convince the people of the Alps to give up their scary goat people stories. Instead, they just integrated the goat stuff into the Christian stuff, and that's why Krampus rolls around town with St. Nicholas doing the whole good cop, bad cop thing.
Anyways, these Krampus runs feature a whole bunch of scary Krampuses who parade through town, harassing everyone, hitting people with sticks, scaring children, and even picking children up, pretending to take them away.
Good.
It's a joy. They also get completely wasted on schnapps that people in the crowds offer them as bribes. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And in the past couple years, the tradition has gradually been adopted in various major cities here in America, though not nearly on the same scale just yet. But just go Google Krampuslauf and the name of your city, and you can usually find some sort of Krampus event going down in the next couple of days. We got a few here in LA.
Good.
And who knows, if this gets big enough this year, all those clowns who were scaring the shit out of children during August, September, and October could just keep that whole hype train going by switching costumes after Halloween and continuing to scare children as Krampus for November and December.
I'd actually enjoy that.
Yeah, if that happens, we want credit for the idea, though.
Yeah. Start dressing as Krampus and hide in the woods.
Have you been good?
Offer me some schnapps.
Hit him with sticks.
Give me schnapps. Let's see. What other Christmas traditions from around the world can we appropriate into American culture? Let's figure this out. So Krampus might be St. Nicholas's counterpart in Austria and Bavaria, but up in Holland, St. Nicholas's companion is this guy, Zwarte Piet, or Black Peter. Yeah, probably wouldn't do so well over here.
Something about it.
Yeah, so what exactly is this all about? Well, first off, yes, these are white men wearing blackface makeup, but it's actually totally okay because St. Nicholas actually freed Black Peter from slavery, and now they're best friends and business associates who together reward good children with gifts and kidnap bad children back to their lair in Spain. See?
It's fine.
It's the Spanish that are evil.
And in a more recent update to the Black Peter story, a retcon, he's not actually dark-skinned at all. He's just a chimney sweep who got soot all over his body from sweeping chimneys. Guys. He got soot everywhere except for his lips, of course, which remain their usual unnaturally red color, and his clothes, which are spotless and shiny.
So he lost a marble into the tailpipe of an old car and got blasted. It just hit him in the face.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, despite the Netherlands' non-white population not really liking the Zwarte Piet tradition for some reason, 90% of the Dutch population thinks he's totally fine and totally not racist or associated with the Netherlands' history of colonialism and slavery. Guys.
Duh.
Still, though, probably not going to catch on here in the States, so we're going to let the Dutch keep this one to themselves.
I'd love someone to use that as an excuse, though, on Halloween, where they're like,
actually, he's a chimney sweep.
Yeah, I'm actually pling Black Peter. It's a long-standing tradition in Dutch culture, so stop, like, judging me. Did you just assume my costume? God.
I saw one of these, like, in real life. I was in Holland during Christmas years ago, and it, like, shocked me. Like, I had never seen...
Whoa, a gollywog!
I had never seen someone just, like, casually standing around in blackface in my life. And it was so weird, because he was just there, and, like, no one gave a shit.
Oh, that's Black Peter.
And children were like, oh, it's hello, Zwarte Piet. I was just like, what the fuck is happening?
Well, they're nice people.
They love it.
But here's one we can totally get on board with, though. Gavelbakken, or gobble goat, a tradition in the Swedish town of Gavel. Gavel. It's right?
It's
with the
the
umlaut.
pronunciation I found it was like Gevle.
Gevle. Sorry. We can only pronounce that in the anglicized way. Gevalia, like the coffee company, because Swedish words are very hard.
Yeah.
The Gevalia goat is the local version of the traditional Yule goat found throughout Scandinavia and Northern Europe. By the way, Europe does...
They do the best Christmas.
They do Christmas like nobody else.
They fucking love Christmas.
There's German towns that do it all year round.
Oh, they turn it's like Christmas town for like 2 months because they don't have Thanksgiving. It starts in October.
You know what? America has fucked up Christmas.
Yeah, you get drunk on like fucking schnapps and mulled wine, hot toddies. It's great. The kids have fun. You have fun. They're selling hot food. Yeah.
They got plenty of factory jobs over there.
The Christmas market in Paris is 2.5 miles long on the entire Champs-Elysees.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Go to Europe. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Anyways, talking about Europe, this is where like Krampus originates.
the goat.
And from we're talking about the goat still. Before the adoption of the idea of Santa Claus or Father Christmas, the Yule goat was the deliverer of Christmas gifts in the Nordic countries, and these days exists mainly as just a symbol of the Christmas season, found in the form of ornaments, or in this case, a giant likeness built out of straw.
Yeah.
It was like a Trojan horse, but filled with gifts instead of soldiers.
Daddy, is the goat gonna come tonight? Bringing the gifts?
Well, I don't know, son.
I don't know
have
if
you
the
read
goat's going to come. Have you been good this year?
Have you read the paper? Because... All right, just take it.
Yeah, so... Yeah, they got a big goat up in Gevalia, and every year in Gevalia, locals get together at the beginning of Advent to build the Gevalia goat to commemorate the beginning of the Christmas season. And nearly every year, it's almost immediately burned to the ground in arson attacks. This year is no different. Less than 24 hours after being built, the 2016 Gevalia goat, in very 2016 fashion, was lit ablaze and destroyed for the 36th time in its 50 years of existence. In fact, it barely lasted 7 hours after its big unveiling party, despite 2 security guards and multiple security camera feeds.
Woo!
After local officials promised earlier this year that the goat would survive at least past its first weekend.
I like how they knew that it wouldn't survive the whole month.
We swear it will survive. Yeah, the best we can promise is its first weekend.
Yeah.
They made that promise, and some local arsonist apparently took that as a challenge and showed up on the goat's first night, ready to burn it down, and managed to get close enough when a guard left to use the toilet.
Yeah. I can only assume, and this is more of a hope than an assumption, that he was far enough away that he just shot it with a flaming arrow.
That's been done.
Yeah.
They say he had like a little bottle of kerosene, sprayed it, and then threw a match.
There
at
you
it.
go.
Yeah.
It's like their Burning Man. They should just
Yeah.
make a whole festival around
I
it.
know. Just embrace it.
Yeah. Do it every weekend.
Yeah. Burning shit's fun.
Anyways, the goat's Twitter account, which, of course it has a Twitter account, is a heartbreaking timeline of this year's goat being built by enthusiastic locals. It also has beautiful images from its opening ceremony. And then mere hours later, the message, "Oh no, such a short amount of time with you, my friends," crying emoji. "But I shall rise from the ashes and see you next year again."
Well,
I feel like they should build it one more time this year.
now they said they're not going to.
Can we start a GoFundMe for this goat?
Goat fund me. Yeah,
This is the real goat, the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
This fucking goat.
Yeah, so for now, it appears unlikely that the city of Gevalia is going to be building a new goat for 2016. Instead, leaving its burnt-out skeleton on display as a reminder of life's crushing futility, maybe with some Linkin Park music being piped in. They tried so hard and they got so far, but in the end, someone lit the goat on fire and nothing really matters.
Yeah. I love that they left its corpse.
Yeah.
That's like their Krampus.
So metal.
Yeah. You kids must have been really bad this year. The goat went up in mere
No
hours.
one gets presents. They should do that.
They should keep all the town's presents inside the goat.
Well, I guess we're going to have to put the presents away for one more year.
But anyways, like we said, this is only the latest example of the Gevalia goat meeting a premature demise. In fact, the tradition of people intentionally and illegally setting the goat on fire is as old as the goat tradition itself. The Gevalia goat first became a thing back in 1966 when some local businessmen decided, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we made a giant version of those little straw goats we Swedes hang from our Christmas trees? So they did.
Sure.
But on New Year's Eve, one local man decided the best way to mark a new year and the end of the Christmas season was by burning down the goat. So he did, but then got caught and charged with vandalism. So right off the bat, the score was arson 1, goat 0. The following 2 years, the goat actually survived.
Oh, good.
But then in 1969 was again burned down on New Year's Eve. And then in 1970, it was burned down by some drunk teens just hours after construction was completed.
It's the most exciting thing that happens in this
Drunk
town.
off schnapps.
In 1971, they decided to build a smaller goat, but that one was smashed to pieces.
Oh, good. Like our little robot that they tried to send to America.
Yeah. The next year's full-size goat collapsed due to sabotage. The trend has continued to this day, with other notable years being 1976, when it was hit by a car, a Volvo, the Swedish car.
Oh, good.
In 1979 and 1989, when the goats were destroyed, rebuilt, and then destroyed again. In 1997, when it was attacked and damaged using fireworks, but managed to survive. In 2000, when it was thrown into the river. In 2001, when an American tourist from Ohio lit the goat on fire, assuming incorrectly that it was perfectly okay and legal to do so.
I've heard the rumors.
Yeah, that's the goat everyone lights on fire. Let me do it.
Yeah. We should go next year and just do our news show in front of the goat for its first 24 hours just to see if we can have it burn in the background, I guess.
In 2005, vandals dressed up as Santa Claus and a gingerbread man and shot a flaming arrow at it.
Oh, good. Yeah, they finally did it.
2009, one goat was stolen and another one was burned down during a DDoS attack on the goat's webcams.
Wow.
And in 2010, someone unsuccessfully attempted to steal the goat using a helicopter.
This is the best tradition ever.
It's like those prank wars between USC and UCLA, except it's
the
one
community
town
against
versus
themselves.
itself. Yeah.
That's fucking amazing. This is the best tradition.
It's the most noteworthy thing about this town.
Yeah, it's great. Anyways, it also is worth noting that since 1986, there have been 2 separate goats built by different organizations as a sort of goat insurance plan, but in many years, both goats haven't made it to Christmas intact. All in all, the Gevalia goat has been damaged or destroyed 36 times in its 50 years since the tradition began, giving it a abysmal survival rate of just 28%. Woo! Why this happens is anyone's guess, but the fact that the goat is mostly made out of straw makes burning it down very easy. Based on security videos of the arson attacks, it only takes about 4 minutes for the goat to be completely burned out. And yes, they've actually tried fireproofing it with flame retardant a few times, but in several cases, the goat still ended up on fire. And even when it didn't, locals complained that the goat looked like shit when it was fireproof. As for why they continue to insist on using hay, well, I don't know, tradition, I guess. And if they didn't use hay, it wouldn't be a real Christmas goat.
It's not a real Christmas goat if you don't use hay.
No, the goat's not made of hay. Take it back. But back to our original question. No, as much as fire is fun, doing this here in California would end up somehow just burning half the state down.
Yeah.
Can't do it here.
Can't. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Go out to the deserts of Nevada, Black Rock City.
Yeah. Burning goat.
Burning goat. In the winter, it's like 0 degrees out there in the winter.
Yeah, they should do that.
That'd be great. Yeah. Make a big goat. Speaking of fire, though, over in London, the 40th anniversary of the release of the Sex Pistols' seminal album, Anarchy in the UK, which arguably began punk rock, was commemorated by the son of the Sex Pistols manager by burning around £5 million worth of early punk rock memorabilia.
That's like money, not actual weight.
No.
How many stone was it?
I don't know how many stone.
Yeah.
Several. So Joseph Corey, who's the son of Malcolm McLaren, had been threatening to do so since earlier this year when it was announced that Punk's 40th anniversary would be commemorated via Punk.London, a series of events and exhibits throughout the city that was endorsed by both Mayor Boris Johnson and Queen Elizabeth II.
Oh, good. But as any true punk knows, this kind of mainstream attention for punk rock is very, very unpunk, even in 2016 for some reason. So Joseph Corey, who had a ton of rare punk items from the late 70s and early 80s, decided to remind everyone what the punk ethos was really about by taking a boat out onto the River Thames and setting his entire punk collection on fire, with the clothes in his collection dressed onto effigies of various UK politicians, which is pretty punk rock, even if Joseph Corey is still rich as fuck with or without all this stuff.
He is.
He also used to use the opportunity to bring attention to climate change. So this wasn't totally nihilistic. It was worth something.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. It's his stuff. He can burn it if he wants. For a truly nihilistic exercise in destruction, though, jump back across the Atlantic over to the US of A, where the makers of Cards Against Humanity, that party game that teaches you which of your friends have terrible, unimaginative senses of humor, held a fundraising drive to dig a hole.
Yeah.
Not for any real purpose, just a hole, with digging continuing as long as money kept coming in, with $5 covering just 3 seconds of dig time. And for whatever reason, enough money came in to keep the digging going for 2 whole days, creating a hole big enough to fit a house in, with the entire process being live streamed.
Did they find any copies of E.T. for Atari down there?
No.
Anyways, many have attempted to find some sort of meaning in this, with some choosing to believe that the hole is a metaphor for crowdfunding on sites like Kickstarter, where Cards Against Humanity was born, but where many more products simply raise a bunch of money and either disappear or deliver a shitty, stripped-down version of their original pitch. Years later, they actually came to fruition. Cards Against Humanity is a prolific
They're one of the
game.
few survival success stories.
Yeah.
Not like that Cool is Cooler.
Which
Still
was
having problems.
heavily discounted on Amazon over Black Friday.
Please
They were
buy this.
giving that thing away.
What a saga.
Yeah. But it's probably too much thinking into that. Every year since 2013, Cards Against Humanity has held Black Friday sales like this. In 2013, they raised the price of all their products by $5. In 2014, they stopped selling the game altogether and instead sold boxes of literal bullshit. And in 2015, they held a sale to literally give Cards Against Humanity $5 and received nothing in return. So a hole's better than that, I guess. Each sale was a baffling success that earned the company lots of money. So this holiday hole, it's not really that surprising.
They did it.
Yeah.
For something a little more surprising, let's go check in with Japan, where a theme park somehow decided to do a little seasonal upgrade on its ice skating rink by adding a bunch of dead sea creatures to the ice. Because who wouldn't be absolutely delighted to ice skate on top of 5,000 dead fish and crabs? Well, turns out a lot of people. The theme park, Space World in Fukuoka, they promised in October that something amazing was coming that would give visitors, we're going to give visitors, quote, a chance to enjoy skating under unreal conditions at an attraction both unseen and unheard of, calling it not only a Japan first, but undeniably a world first.
I wonder
Never been
why.
done.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey. I hope they get into the Guinness Book of World Records for this one.
Yeah.
Anyway, Space World quickly learned an important lesson through all this. Sometimes these things that they haven't been done, it's for a good reason.
Yeah.
Upon unveiling the new attraction called Freezing Port on their Facebook page, response from users was severe and immediate. One photo in particular, a close-up of a dead fish halfway frozen onto the ice, attracted lots of scorn because of its caption, which reportedly said, "I'm drowning and it hurts."
Look at that cute dying fish.
Yeah. Responses to that photo and others include quotes like, "You shouldn't make life into a toy. You have no soul to plan such an event to begin with. This really makes me upset. Do you think children are happy to see this fish and skate rink?" And the best comment, a PR official from Space World said this project is based on wanting people to interact with the creatures of the sea. But just how many people did they expect would say, "Wow, I'm right up close with creatures of the sea," when they're gliding over bodies of frozen fish? I'm having trouble understanding this. There are also reports from visitors that the ice was melting, exposing the tops of the dead fish and getting fish blood and guts all over the ice. Space World obviously denies this.
Oh, it didn't happen.
Nope.
Anyways, after enough bad press, Space World decided they'd been shamed enough. They shut the exhibit down and apologized because, unlike here in America, in Japan, people are still motivated by shame. Now, they say that they'll unfreeze the skate rink to remove the fish and then hold an appropriate religious service for the fish before reusing them as fertilizer.
Okay.
I'm sure there's a prayer for that. They were also adamant about the fact that the fish were bought at a fish market and therefore were dead before being frozen because apparently some people thought they'd actually just thrown 5,000 live fish into a skate rink and turned the coolers on, catching all of the schools of fish in perfect formation. They didn't. So hopefully Space World takes what they've learned from this debacle and comes back with an even better first ever in the world idea. Like maybe, let's put 5,000 live fish into a bigger container with way more water that isn't frozen, and maybe big glass windows for people to look at the fish through. They could call it an aquarium. That would probably blow people's minds.
Anyway, speaking of which, let's blow your minds with a rundown of our favorite, bizarre, actual news headlines from this past week. Starting with, Chechnya picks leader's aide with apprentice-style reality show. It's not just America, people.
It's coming. This is going to happen. Mm-hmm. Like, we've been joking for a while. Donald Trump's Twitter play-by-play of his cabinet picks. Like,
only I know who the winner is.
Only I know who the winner is. I had a great talk with this guy, but I don't know. They literally did a reality show in Chechnya, like, in the style of The Apprentice, to choose the leader's aide.
Yeah.
And the president of Chechnya or prime minister, whatever, best friends with Putin.
Good.
So you know this is coming. Putin's gonna be like, hey, Donald, did you see we did this in Chechnya?
It would work great for you.
You having trouble picking aides? Maybe do apprentice show. You make apprentice show.
Yeah.
He's like, it's a great idea.
Yeah. He's on a world tour right now. Or not a world tour.
He's on his victory lap.
Yeah, victory lap.
Thank you tour.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't just about it wasn't like government challenges. It was also like,
physical challenges?
Yeah, it was who could wade across a rushing river fast enough.
Yeah. Who could run across the stadium with a spoon holding an egg on it without it breaking?
I don't know about that, but they did have a boxing match for some reason because this guy's like super into MMA. Mm-hmm. He even makes his kids fight MMA
That's why
fights.
Uwe Boll quit filmmaking, because he's going to run against Angela Merkel.
Oh, yeah,
in Germany, yeah.
But there was 4 female contestants, and like right off the bat, he was like, well, I think a woman's role is in the kitchen, so...
Okay.
But you're willing to try, but they all got eliminated, like,
immediately.
right off the bat.
Yeah.
So...
Anyways, moving on.
Argument between grandmas ends in shootout at Texas Walmart, cops say.
Was this on Black Friday?
No. The 2 grandmas are actually the 2 grandmas of one little boy.
Wait,
They
already hated each other.
One of them had custody of him and then was delivering him to the other grandma, and something happened.
Jesus.
And then they ended up shooting at each other and at the police that showed up.
Oh, good.
So that kid probably, they really showed him who's the best grandma.
Yeah. And the best state.
Mm-hmm. And the best business.
Yeah.
Walmart.
Mm-hmm. Woman opens emergency exit and jumps out of plane. Now, okay. This wasn't at like.
I thought that was impossible.
It wasn't at 35,000.
No, it was really odd.
But it was after they landed.
Yeah, the plane landed and the woman's like, I'm late for my connection. Or, I don't know, they didn't get an explanation for her, but for whatever reason, she was like, all right, we're on the ground.
Because you would imagine that if someone had like some kind of crippling flight anxiety, that this could happen on the runway before it takes off.
The whole thing.
Yeah, she was done.
Yeah.
But she couldn't wait the 5 minutes that it takes to taxi. Unless she was landing in Amsterdam's airport, which is like a 45-minute taxi.
I mean, it could have been one of those times where the plane lands, but everything's fucked up, so they're like, you're just sitting there for 2 hours.
Like our flight from Vegas back to here?
Yeah, and there's
terrible.
There's no AC, it gets hot, it's fucking miserable.
Didn't seem like that, though. Just crazy.
Yeah, and there's like a guy took a video of it, he's like,
there she goes.
She jumped out of the plane. It's a great YouTube hike.
Do we get to use the slide now?
Yeah.
That'd be the
But
cool
it really ruined everything for everyone else because then the cops had to come on board and investigate, and it took even longer.
Yeah.
So thanks, lady.
You can't physically open a door.
Pressure.
While the plane's up that high.
Pressure.
Poor diet blamed as scurvy reappears in Australia.
Oi! You
You
literally have to have like one piece of fruit a week to avoid this.
Yeah.
Scurvy's a pirate disease because pirates didn't have nutritious foods while they were on the sea for
They're
months.
eating like shitty bread and fish.
Yeah. There's literally no excuse to have scurvy in 2016 when you live on land. But Australia found a way.
Yeah. They're like, we're not getting killed fast enough by all of the deadly creatures here.
I just don't like the taste of oranges, so I don't eat them.
I'm on a strictly Vegemite diet.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah, nothing but Vegemite. They love it.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about you.
Oi. Canadian cops to punish drunk drivers with Nickelback tunes.
So this thing is like, here's the thing.
Not a real policy.
Well, and I was looking at this, I'm like, is this in lieu of an actual, like...
No.
Yeah.
They're
they
just
play it
like,
on the way to jail.
Yeah, they're
not
like,
letting them off.
They bought like a Nickelback CD and they're like, well, wouldn't it be great if when we like haul out a DUI suspect, we pop in Nickelback in the police car for the 5-minute drive back to the station?
Yeah.
And they put it on Facebook, and everyone's like, "Ah, Nickelback sucks."
It's a good marketing campaign for like drunk driving or whatever for the cops.
Yeah,
to
it's
be
a
like,
fate worse than
we're
death.
We're out there, putting in the man hours to stop you from drunk driving.
Yeah.
So I guess it's good in that sense, but that's all it is a marketing thing. But yeah, when I was reading this, I'm like, so wait, are they just like, all right, you've learned your lesson, get out of the cop car, you've heard your Nickelback now, go home, because it sobers you up. Nothing will sober you up like a Nickelback CD.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best is like they're talking about this on Howard Stern this week, and Howard Stern's like, why do people hate Nickelback? They're pretty average. He just didn't understand it. Disconnected from the world.
Well, I mean, Chad Kroeger, that probably warmed his heart.
Yeah.
Finally, someone thinks we're average.
Yeah. Anyways, University of Utah study: religious thoughts trigger same reward systems as love, drugs, music, and sex. Now, the key part here is realizing that it's in Utah.
Yeah, these are Mormons.
Yeah. So this is all made up.
Yeah. Well, it's not
Sort
made
of.
up,
Yeah,
but
I mean,
Mormons are
yeah.
really into their faith, apparently.
Yeah. But that's just the mind is very strong. So if you replace your serotonin receptors with things that you enjoy doing with God instead of drugs and alcohol, then yeah, sure, you'll be happy.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Then you
Good
get
for
married at 17 and you have
Fuck 5 wives.
Pump out 8 children.
Yeah.
They get married just so they can have sex.
Yeah.
They're all
great.
horny as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Horny for God.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
for them.
cool. Yeah. Sex with animals step closer to becoming illegal in Ohio.
Thank God.
It's almost there.
Yeah. Maybe
There are 10 states or like 11 states where you can still fuck an animal. It's like, what are you gonna do, cop?
Yeah.
Ain't no laws in the book.
You should have seen the way that horse was looking at me.
Mm-hmm.
Giving me them eyes. Those long eyelashes and that beautiful tail and oh god.
That luscious mane.
Yeah.
That big ass.
I'm sorry, officer. A horse vagina is the only thing that my
giant,
huge fucking horse cock can fit inside.
My
of.
monster dong.
All the women that I have sex with just can't handle my gigantic fucking penis, and I'm still waiting for ETC to create the big dick toilet, but
Yeah.
they're too busy doing.
For
it
now, I
anyways.
just dig a hole on my property big enough for my horse-like penis.
Yeah. Ugh.
Young cancer patients' wish to blow stuff up comes true thanks to federal police.
I like this story.
This is great because all these like little fucking lamestream cancer kids are always like, oh, I want to meet Captain Jack Sparrow. I want to meet One Direction. This kid's like, I want to blow shit up.
Yeah.
And so the cops are like,
Fuck yeah.
we can do that. We can do that. For the price of one Jack Sparrow, we can blow up whatever you want.
Blow up a Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, so he was like breaching doors. He's doing all sorts of blowing shit up. Like, yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
They were like, he's actually pretty good at it. Fast learner. He probably has a future in this. If.
Yeah. Science finds a way.
No, actually, apparently he's in remission, so he
Hey,
could
good,
end up being
yeah.
a cup.
That'd be great.
Which may,
If I was a Make-A-Wish kid, I'd want to throw stuff off of like a 10-story building.
yeah,
Just give me a bunch of shit and just let me throw it off all day.
or like operate like a tractor.
Operate on a human. I want to operate on a human. Oh well, he made the wish.
Yeah,
We gotta do it.
you can't deny his wish.
Yeah.
And if they wish for more wishes,
Yeah.
you're screwed. There was an Onion about that, I think. Like Make-A-Wish Foundation facing bankruptcy after child wishes for more wishes.
I wish the Make-A-Wish Foundation was free of these chains.
Yeah.
They could go do whatever they want. Oh, anyways, cancer. Plumbers in El Paso deal with surge of clogged drain calls on day after Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's poo-poo.
It's not all poo-poo, apparently. It sounds like it. Probably a lot of poo-poo. But
Yeah. That's doo-doo, baby.
it's apparently people just throwing like potato peels
down like,
into
yeah.
like their garbage disposal and
Just
not.
throw it in the trash. It's right there.
Yeah, I know. That's what they said.
Yeah.
They said this one company usually gets like 10 calls a day. It got like 50 calls the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And the emergency calls are always very expensive, so
Yeah.
just don't fuck around with your plumbing.
Yeah, don't do it. Man without arms denied housing loan due to inability to provide fingerprints.
What do you do in that situation?
You
put
go
your
on
no-
social media and then
Yeah.
he got what he wanted. This is in China, by the
Can
way.
you do like a toe print? That's like that's like one of a
I
kind.
didn't think about that.
But what if he was missing all the limbs?
He's got legs.
I bet your like penis head has a unique kind of pattern on it.
I don't know.
Flop.
I don't know. We'd have to look into that.
Balls definitely do.
Oh yeah, balls. It's like yeah.
Give me your ball print, sir.
It's all of your genetic information is contained in the patterns,
Yeah.
the lines, the
We
craters.
should switch to ball prints.
Yeah.
That way no one's feeling left out.
Yeah.
Except for people without balls.
Like it's me, I swear.
Blop.
And now you know.
Woman calls cops after man won't stop whistling Semisonic's closing time. Was this at a bar? During closing time?
No, it was like just some dude. It was like this woman's neighbor, and she was like, "Stop it!" And he was like,
Nope.
"I'm just gonna whistle even louder." Yeah.
And then he bought a parrot. Yeah. Closing time!
What's wrong with that song? It's not Nickelback. At least
Yeah.
he wasn't whistling Nickelback.
Could you imagine if he was over there doing Smash Mouth?
Yeah.
Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me. I'm not the sharpest tool in the
I don't want to
shed.
get struck
Oh,
by
yeah, that's right.
Smash Mouth
Yeah,
legal
they are.
team.
They're fucking aggressive.
Yeah.
Take anything they can get.
We
these
don't
days.
like memes.
Shrek was a bad movie. We were number one before Shrek.
We actually had 7 #1 hits.
Yeah.
Not just.
Yeah. Fun time.
Wow, how far they've fallen.
Yeah.
California Bar Association considers ban on attorneys having sex with clients. Some lawyers object.
Yeah.
That's why I got into this lawyering so I could bang my clients.
Can doctors fuck patients too?
I don't know.
Like, I don't really see the big deal with it unless it's like going up against whatever they're like. If it's some kind of like if they were getting a divorce or something, and it would like make it kind of weird if the lawyer was fucking them. But if it's like you're suing like a company or something like that, and it's like, yeah, is it called pro boner work?
Yeah. Well, currently there are laws you're not allowed to exchange sex for legal work. That's already on the books.
Or money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
I don't know.
A lot of people just the objections seem to be that it's like invasive and not relevant. If it doesn't affect my legal work, why should it matter? Also, I'm the best lawyer I can possibly be when my dick is freshly fucked.
Yeah.
So
I gotta drain my balls before
Yeah.
I go to court.
When I have sex with someone, they imprint on me and give me a strong emotional attachment to them. And those hormones drive me to be better at lawyering. So
Yeah.
I need this.
But you know what they should do instead of this? They should have to be forced to put like on their business card or on their ad that I fuck my
I
clients.
fuck clients.
Like I will fuck, like, because that way you know if you fuck them that you'll probably get better
Yeah.
representation.
Because they're gonna want more.
This lawyer fucks.
This lawyer fucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
Mom hauled into emergency school meeting because 5-year-old daughter can't stop laughing at teacher's name.
Now on purpose did not look at this news article because I wanted to hear what the name was and see if it was actually funny.
Well, what words do you think a 5-year-old would find funny?
Oh, boner,
Not even that.
pee-pee,
Nope.
butt.
Butt.
Butt?
Butt. Mrs. Butt.
That is great.
She's like, good morning, students. Good morning, Mrs. Butt.
Oh! Yeah. She should change her last name.
I know, it's a really unfortunate name.
Yeah.
Like, what do you expect people to do?
Mrs. Butt.
Yeah.
I got a friend with the last name Dick, and he joined the military. So imagine
Private Dick?
Yeah, imagine how hard his fucking boot camp was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Private Dick.
That's great.
So change your last name. That is not these kids' fault.
Yeah.
That is a hilarious last name.
Yeah.
Ms.
Change
Butt.
your name.
Is it Ms. Butt or Mrs. Butt?
I don't know. Because if she's a Ms. Butt, just find a husband with a better name like
Yeah.
Mr. Schlong or something.
Yeah, Mr. Boner.
Yeah.
I'm Mrs. Boner Butt.
Add an E to the end and be Miss Butte.
Butte.
Like the beautiful
Yeah, she'd still get it. She'd still get that.
Miss
make-
Butterworth.
Yeah.
Oh, but then she'd get made fun of for being the syrup lady.
Yeah. I don't know.
So,
She's
yeah.
screwed.
I guess just kill yourself.
Yeah, that's the only option. Beaver walks into Maryland store, finds only artificial Christmas trees, then proceeds to trash it. Grr! I came here last year and they were real.
I am a beaver and I demand wood.
Yeah.
This is insufficient. I will trash this store.
Did he drag the remnants out to a river and build a dam across it?
No. I've never seen a beaver in real life. They're weird-looking animals.
I think I've seen one
They've
in
got
a
that
zoo.
big old tail.
Yeah, that's what they like pat the wood down with.
Yeah.
Pat, pat,
I don't know how. I mean, I've heard of raccoons. They get into stores all the time.
Beavers are the
Beaver? Like, what are you doing?
The original twerkers,
Yeah.
because they gotta flop that tail. Plop, plop, plop. That's how they do it.
Is that what they do?
They flop the tail and they pat the wood down.
Is that to build the dams?
Yeah, because they have to like lock it in. Plop, pop, 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 pop.
That's fucking evolution evolved them a
Well,
fucking.
I mean, have you ever seen the
Plop, plop.
fucking platypus? That thing is
It's an abomination.
It laughs in God's face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
Evolution is real because of that, or wrong because of that.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't exist. Maybe God did make something. He was like, look at this fucking shit.
Yeah.
How do you prove that?
Yeah.
It's got fucking beaver.
Checkmate, atheist.
Yes, seriously. The platypus proves everything.
All right. Well,
All right,
on that note,
Yeah.
that's it for Weekly Weird News. What a long doozy it was.
Yeah.
Be sure to check out our other stuff. We made a video about another week, more Trump content.
Yep.
And we know you either love it or hate it and call us cucks. Either way, check it out. We also did a Tech Newsday episode about the UK possibly banning porn. That's fun.
And instead of fan art, but right here, let's go etcmerch.com.
Yeah.
That's the thing you have to go to. So go there and sign up and get a discount.
Coming very soon.
Bye.